Welcome to Love in Thailand Part 2. In Part 1, we talked about the two most effective ways to find ladies that are dateable in Thailand. First was using a mature married Thai woman as a matchmaker, which is interesting. And then secondly is to go to the places where where single women are, and are also able, because of time, be able to talk to you, which is like the bus or public transportation. Now we're going to talk about the third way, which is online dating. Okay, online dating is a love-hate thing. Okay, it's exciting because there's so many women listed on the website. Then you start into it and you realize it takes a whole lot of time. Okay, one thing I will say is when you start, whether it's Thai Friendly, Thai Cupid, whatever, you have to realize about 30% of the people on the website are freelancers, or they're looking for customers, they're not looking for love. Okay, with that in mind, if you are a person that is also looking to be a customer, I suggest you go to where you personally meet the service provider, let's say, because it's less likely for confusion. Anytime you are on a dating site, there's always the people who will show old photos or altered photos with filters and everything else. And I have run into a few on Thai Friendly who, there's one lady, just beautiful in her photos. I mean, perfect. She had beautiful face, perfect body. And when she showed up and we met, she'd either had like 2 or 3 kids or discovered McDonald's. I don't know which, because she was a lot heavier than she was in her photos, a lot, and a lot older. So that is, you can always do video calls, which kind of cut down on that. But if, it's always best to do things in person. So if you are looking for lust, not love, there's a lot of places. The ladies are all over Pattaya, all over Bangkok, and you meet them, you get to see them, the way they actually look, you get to talk to them, get to know their personality, and get a feeling for the feelings. So anyways, we're going to go into online dating. Be patient, because there's a lot of things. If you go into the online dating without really knowing that much about it, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to quit. Because it takes, if you've not done it before and done it effectively before, it takes a lot of time. So I'm going to talk to you about how to speed things up, to make it to where you're not spending all your free time online looking for a dateable woman. Second thing is, you don't want to have your online subscription all year long. It's not necessary. 2 months before I go to Thailand, I subscribe to whatever online dating site I'm going to go to, and I start talking to women. 2 months is a good time frame, because there's a lot of women that won't work out. They'll flake. You'll find out things about them. Some will ask for money, whatever. And so 2 months gives you time. It also doesn't make it so long. Some people leave their subscriptions all year, and they're here, they're going to be at their home for 7, 8, 9 months, and they have their subscription going and keep talking and communicating with potential dates in Thailand. That takes up a lot of time, and it's frustrating, because when you meet someone, even online, you're kind of like a pen pal, but with video calling and everything else, you want to meet the person in person. You want to spend time with them. And it's frustrating because you have to wait 7, 8, 9 months or whenever until your next trip to Thailand. So, when you come back, turn the subscription off, and then when you book your next trip, 2 months before, then you get the subscription going again. But that's the other thing. It takes a lot of time. Don't be a cheap Charlie and just take, because some of the websites offer like one email or message every 24 hours or something like that for free. But if you want the full service, then you have to pay $20 a month. It's well worth $20 a month to be able to do what you have to do quickly and not wait. Don't be a cheap Charlie. just pay the subscription fee. You don't need to go on multiple sites either. I use Thai Friendly. Thai Cupid is also good from what I hear. But there's plenty of ladies that are dateable on each of these websites. In Thailand, it's a lot different than the West. The West, you tend to get the undateable or the chronic daters, the ones who would never get in a relationship because that means they have to try too hard. And there's some other ladies that are on there that are good. I don't mean to sound like all of them are bad, but there's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people that don't use online dating anymore in the West because women are so outnumbered on the websites that they just have so many messages and everything else. If they are very dateable, okay, they can get dates just by going to a bar or going to the mall or whatever. They'll be men come up to them. So you tend to get the not the best candidates. Let's be nice in the West, but in Thai websites there are a lot of ladies. There are a lot of single ladies in Thailand, and they want to find a man to be with, to have a relationship with. Some are looking for customers. Some are looking to scam you. So you do have to be careful, and we're going to go over all of those things right now. One of the things you do, okay, first is there are guidelines. If you haven't used, I'm going to take this as someone who is older, not used online dating before, isn't used to it. So you make a profile, which you include a good photograph of yourself. Don't lie. Don't use an old photograph. Give a true representation of what you look like. It does you no good to use a photograph from 30 years ago when you had hair and could see your feet, and then you show up and you're this old man. So show a current photo of you. The good news about Thai online dating is the women are much more interested in men than in the West. In the West, if you go on an online dating site, very seldom will a woman ever send you, I mean, unless you're just like Brad Pitt, very seldom will a woman ever send you a message. After you make your profile for your account, you put your photo, you put a few words about you, what you're looking for. One of the things is be honest. I can't stress that enough when it comes to online dating, when it comes to dating in general. If you're going to Thailand to basically, as my father said, sow your wild oats and hope for crop failure, then don't go on a dating site and date just a regular Thai woman looking for a relationship, okay? A lot of men, I think, look at it as a way not to pay or something. But it's, if a woman is looking for a relationship and you're not, be truthful. Leave her alone, especially in a town like Pattaya or Bangkok. There are so many women that are there and right up your alley. They're not looking for a relationship either. They're looking for a little bit of your money. They're going to give you a little of their time. It sounds like a match made in heaven. I usually put, 40 to 50 or 35 to 55, something in that category, depending on how many people it gives me. Then you go through and you pick out your own preferences. It's what you want, and that's going to give you a certain number of responses on the air. In Thailand, truthfully, I would rather go older than younger, because I don't know how a man who is later in years, okay, who has lived a life and who is 40, 50, 60 years, 70 years old, wants to date an 18-year-old girl. I didn't like 18, 19, 20-year-old girls when I was 18 or 19 and dating them. Okay, they're fickle. They drive you crazy because they're very focused on themselves. They haven't learned how the real world is yet. They get all the attention in school, so it kind of goes to their head to where they think, oh my God, I can do anything. And they do some pretty rude, uncaring things because of that. It isn't until they get out and experience the world and see there's all kinds of beautiful ladies out there. And really, when you go on looks alone, there's, what sets you apart from all the other beautiful women. And so they kind of learn they have to be nice. I would go through and pick out a lot of these. I have a standard line that I use. I always change it so it doesn't lap from trip to trip. But when I send them something, I copy and paste what I'm doing. Here, lady, very, very shapely. Okay, she was very honest. I put something about, what are you looking for? I think she had sent me a message or whatever it was, because this is not the line I use. But she said, I'm working freelance. She is a girl looking for a man for pay. So it's that simple. If they're not for you, they let you know. Here's a very pretty lady. Okay, now this lady is how old? 45. So one of the things that really works in the plus column, or the benefits of Thai people, is Thai ladies really age gracefully. How many 45-year-old women look like this, who can wear a belt like that and have a waistline, who are small enough to fit in these things and not look old. Okay, she's 45. She's still a very pretty lady. That's one of the reasons why my age ranges from 35 to 52, because I can still, I still am attracted to this woman, and that's what it all boils down to. If you're dating and you're a mature man, there's a point to where the women become, and I mean, this is my personal opinion, and it's dating, so I can express it. There's an age to where women just aren't attractive in that way. Okay, she may be a lovely lady. You may want to spend time with her. You may want to, go out and take her somewhere or whatever, but you're not physically attracted to her because she's old. When you look at her, you're not thinking of, oh boy, I can't wait until this date's over. You're thinking, I'm going to take grandma home. So you have to, I'm going to take grandma home. Did she bake me some cookies? But you have to pick women that you're attracted to if you're into that. Now, there's some men that don't care about that aspect of love. They want someone to spend time with and to do things with, and that's great. Whatever is you, do you. But for me, I enjoy beautiful women. So with this, that wasn't one that I sent out here. Let's do, she's, okay, another very pretty lady. Okay. Now this is let's see how old she is. 54. Do women back home that are 54 look like this? I gotta ask you. I don't think so. Okay, now here is what I do. I sent her my cut and paste line. It's funny. It's well, maybe I'm prejudiced about the humor, but okay, I will be your boyfriend, but you have to ask me nicely. LOL. It's funny. It works with me. Now, I'm not saying if you use this, it's going to work for you. Now, everyone is different. Some people have aged and look very good for their age. Some people look okay for their age. And some people look like a train wreck, okay? That's going to affect your, how many responses you get. Now, the people in Southeast Asia might be accepting of older men, okay, to a degree. You're 20 years older than them, they may accept that. You're 45 years older than them, probably not. Same with looks. If you are still a decent looking guy, I go to Thailand and I have, I still get dates. There were 3 ladies. I was waiting for the mall to open on Beach Road, and I was just standing around, and 3 ladies came up and started talking to me, and they asked me, all 3 of them asked me for my phone number. And I was thinking, isn't that kind of weird? 3 ladies, all together, all friends, all want my phone number. But, they were older. They weren't raving beauties. They weren't, they weren't 10s, but they were attractive women that were 40, 45 years old. And it happens, but it's just what it is. It's sometimes that works that way. Sometimes it doesn't. With this lady is very pretty, at least in her photo. You may get a photo, you may do a video call of her, or if you don't do video calls, you may meet her. She may look, like she's aged 50 years, has an eye patch, and is walking on a peg leg. You never know. In online dating, it's like if I went on a date with her and she showed up looking like this, I would just be like so happy and so shocked. When I get a positive response like this, then I have a second cut and paste message to send to them. I do it twice because it saves time. I'm not, to get 4 dates in Thailand in the 30 days I'm there, it probably takes, you know, I don't know how many hours, a lot of hours of, I do it in my spare time. I do it late at night when I can't sleep or instead of watching TV kind of thing. But still, it takes hours of chatting. It takes hours of sending out messages. It takes hours of answering questions to get 4 or 5 dates for your trip that are narrowed down, good choices, and are actually potential dateable women. So that's what it is. But you have to cut corners where you can. Use the information to narrow down your choices to where it's a size or a limited number that you can handle, but not too few. Then use cut and paste and things to help speed it up. Here, like I said, I have a second. If this was towards the end of my time before my trip, to where I already had more things to do than I could possibly get done, because I have a lot of business things I will take care of in Thailand. So I was very busy. I what didn't have time, I know, to see another woman. So I just kind of let this one stay where it was. And normally I would have sent a second cut and paste message to her. She's pretty, very very positive in her response. So I would have sent a second positive cut and paste message. If she responded to that, then I would personally send a message to her and talk specifically about her situation. Always read if you're going to personally address her, you're going to send a message to her, read her profile first. I can't believe the number of men look at a picture, she's party, and then just start texting or messaging without any idea of what they've written. I know men are picture oriented, but you have to read. If you're going to personally, if you're sending out a cut and paste, who cares? Don't take the time to read it. But once you get to a point to where she's responded positively twice, and you're going to send out a personal message to her, then read her information so you know that she's bisexual and she only dates men that are 20 years old and at least 6'4" tall. Whatever her preferences are. I'm just making up something ridiculous, but whatever her preferences are, make sure you fit, because she's telling you what she wants. Don't think, oh well, I'll message her anyways. Because if you're completely wrong, like she wants a young man and you're an old man, or you're a young man and she wants an old man, I don't know, but whatever it is, stick with it, go by it, don't waste your time. Send her message, keep messaging, and then what you're doing, just like with the bot bus, you're not endlessly chatting. You're moving towards meeting. The meeting is the most important part. It's where things just go off the rails, because so many people love online dating because it gives them something to do on a Sunday afternoon when they got they went out for wine with their girlfriends, they come home, the kids are gone, it's quiet, they have nothing to do, they don't want to watch TV, and they want something to do. So they go online and they play around and talk to different men when really they don't have a desire to go out. They just want to fill up their void time. Some really want to find a man. So that's what you have to identify. If you get a talker who, send me, if you think of me, let me know, text me, especially if they don't want a video talk. Video talk is much more personal than messaging back and forth, because it's the two of you. You're talking about things. Eventually, if you're both attracted to each other, you're both healthy, men and women that still have sexual feelings, sooner or later you're going to start talking about things that are of that nature, and it's going to build more of a relationship than just texting, and so that's important. But the main thing is, don't trust anyone with information. Don't ever send money to anyone. Don't ever give money to anyone. You start dating someone, I don't care what what their reason, their buffalo could die, their mother could be sick, their son could need medicine, whatever it is. I've heard them all, and they all have the same ones. They all come up with them, and not all. I say that I'm wrong. There's some women that never ask for money from a Westerner, but there's plenty others that make up for it. And when you do, it's kind of disappointing. You meet someone, it starts going well. Even if they come back to your hotel, start having feelings for them, and then all of a sudden, I need 5,000 baht. It's just it makes you feel like what a lot of the ladies call us, which is an ATM. Dating takes time, and it never works out the way you're thinking. You may date or talk to 5 different women that you have dates set up with over the 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks that you're there. And the first one you meet will just be perfect and never leave your side. And you never know. And then you have to cancel dates and you have people upset and everything else. So give yourself time in between dates. Fill your time. There are plenty of things to do in Bangkok and Pattaya, wherever you go. There's plenty of things to see, plenty of things to do. So don't just go and spend 30 days, day after day after day, looking for women. Have some fun. Go on vacation. Do things on your own. It's important to learn to do things on your own. You will meet people, both men and women. Not saying you're interested in the men, but you'll meet people. You'll become a better conversationalist. Your humor will improve. You'll learn the things that people think are funny, and that will help your dating. You will find a better woman who enjoys a man who's charming and who has a good sense of humor. So with this, be careful. Don't assume. I see men all the time who seriously, they meet someone online, and before they ever meet them, they're convinced they're in love. And it's like, don't do that. It's like online dating is full of scammers and freelancers. Now, for the good news is, I don't know if you noticed this, but for you men that are like ultra heterosexual men who your greatest fear in life is to meet a ladyboy and then have too much to drink and end up, going home with her, and you didn't know she was a ladyboy. Surprise! That doesn't happen. I won't say that doesn't happen, but in my own experience, every ladyboy I have ever met has freely told me she's a ladyboy when I ask. But I ask. I wasn't sloppy drunk, and I see this beautiful woman, and I start dancing with her and carrying on like she's a woman, and I'm drunk, and then I suggest we go back to the room, and then surprise! Okay. That is because you're sloppy drunk. That's why this little tab here is ladyboys. If you don't like ladyboys, stick to girls. I don't know, maybe you like guys. Who cares? That's your thing. But whatever it is, you pick out what you're looking for. So that's basically everything on online dating. Use it. Don't become. I know some people get so overwhelmed. It's like a fat guy going to a smorgasbord. He's like, oh my God, but you have to realize that these ladies are, 1 in 3 of them are going to be freelancers. There's no question here, probably, here, if they're in a swimsuit, probably a freelancer, or they're, something. It might be a masseuse that gives happy endings, whatever. But you can send out, you're doing a copy and paste message, so it only takes seconds. So if you want to see, don't assume. Maybe this lady just realizes that she has a very nice, she's 22. Of course she has a nice body. But there are some ladies that are older. This lady's 57. I mean, she does not look 57. So this lady's 42. She does not look 42. That lady says she's 22, but I don't think so. Anyways, when you do this, have a sense of humor about it. Be polite, be kind, be charming, and, don't ever disrespect anyone. I don't care if they're a boy that sends you a message. Just say, I'm not interested, thank you. But be polite. If it's a lady boy, say, it was nice meeting you, nice talking to you, but I'm not interested, thank you. Don't ever put someone down or have a nasty comment to make, because there's no point in it. They're people. They're living their life just like you're living your life. So, anyways, I wish you luck with this. Be careful. Do as many things you can to save time, and good luck to you.